Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Homesteading Off the Grid and another morning ramble. Today, during my ramble, I'm going to share with you what I believe is the single biggest and best benefit to having backyard chickens. Even if you're in city limits and you're allowed to have chickens in your area, I would encourage you to do so. And it's not because they poop breakfast. Yes, they're the pet that poops breakfast, but there's a benefit, I believe, even bigger than that. I'm going to share that with you. So let's go let these guys out for the morning. I'm going to show you the door I made for their new pen that I made. If you've been following the channel for a while, you know it was originally meant to be a goat house, but it was turning out to be a terrible goat house, but it ended up being a pretty good chicken pen. We've got it wrapped up with the vapor lining for now because Hurricane Florence just came through, but she's gone now, so we'll be taking this off soon. But let these guys out, and we're going to talk about the benefit, as I see it, that's even bigger and better than the fact that they poop breakfast. Good morning, guys. What's up, Roger? Are you ready to lead your girls out? Oh, I got to get in there and clean today, but yeah, they're ready to go. We need to let them out. Check out this door, guys. This is the first time I've shown you the actual door. It comes entirely off. I've got it tied up here, and I've got it tied up here, and then I've got about a 28 or 32 pound log down here. But I can tell when I come in here in the mornings, something tries to get in here because this thing's always been in. There's something out here terrifying my chickens at night, but they cannot penetrate this. They cannot get through this door. But my neighbor, the good neighbor that I've never and would never have to run off with a crayon because he's not annoying by any means. The guy's a genius. You know, I'm a writer. If you follow the channel, you know I'm a writer. I always feel like I should have a little notebook with a pen with me when I talk to this guy because he uses these big words. I don't really know what they mean, but I should take notes and write them down and maybe use some of them in my books. I don't know. Well, maybe not, but maybe I should know what they mean because I am a writer. But this is really simple. I just untie these every day. It doesn't take any effort whatsoever. But anyway, he was telling me yesterday that he's got one of those cages where you can catch raccoons and then you drive them 11 miles away, turn them loose somewhere else so they don't harass you anymore. So I'm going to borrow that cage from him. So I'm going to catch that because I don't want these guys being terrified at night. So see, that's how easy it is. And then I just lay it here and then these guys come out. But now, what's up, Roger? You guys ready for some food? You might have seen yesterday, whoop, I got the door open, I gotta close that, but you might have seen yesterday I built this handy dandy little tunnel where they can go up here and feed in my garden. In case you missed this, this is what I spent my afternoon on yesterday, or at least what I told my wife I spent my afternoon on yesterday while she was running around with her friend. She goes out once or twice a week with her friends, and that's important. So anyway, I try to do homesteading stuff when she's gone. I spent most of my afternoon reading Mark Twain. Well, I started Mark Twain's novel, Roughing It. It's a hilarious book. But I did come out and build this, and you can see we've got one girl coming up through here now. Come on, guys. If I get some grain, I can lead them up into here. I'm going to do that so you guys can see how this works. This is so super awesome. Hey, girl. You want to come feed the chickens with me, huh? There's Miss Cleopatra. She gets jealous of my time spent with these chickens, huh, girl? So anyway, here's some popcorn. Not really, it's cracked corn. Come on, girl. Let's get these girls in the garden. And their boyfriend. Okay, so check this out, guys. They know what's in here. This is their first morning coming out. And then, come on, Roger. Wherever, he's the one that leads them. Come on, guy. Come on, Roger. So what I'm going to do is dump some of this in here. There, see, they see that? Now they're going to come a-running. Isn't this cool? That gets them in the tunnel. But now I'm going to put the rest of it over here. Get them in the garden. Come on, guys. Look at that. There, they're letting Roger go by so he can lead the way, make sure it's all safe. Make sure there's no raccoons or possums or hoxes and foxes over here. There, look at that. Now they're all coming. Isn't this super awesome? I just took some of the 2x4 inch, 42 inch tall guards that I had around my my pear trees. I've been protecting the pear trees from the deer, and I took them off, sprayed the trees with the deer repellent, put these together. It's very safe and it's predator proof. I mean, unless that 300-pound black bear comes around. But I've got them all wired off where they connect. I've got them all pegged down into the ground so they're solid and they're sturdy. Now here, this is not the biggest benefit as I see it to having backyard chickens. We're not there yet. I'm getting there. But here is a major benefit. We have this garden spot. We have a couple of garden spots. We've got the one that grows like crazy way over there because we used to keep rabbits in there, and so the rabbit poo totally fertilized that soil. You drop a seed in there and you can go out and harvest the vegetable from it the next day. Not really, that's an exaggeration, but you know what I'm saying. But this garden, the soil is not very fertile, and we're trying to work on it. So by building this allows my chickens to come in here and scratch up the ground, poo on the ground, which is fertilizer. We throw a lot of our biodegradable vegetation in here. This is kind of like an ever ongoing compost pile. You see we've got grass clippings, weed cuttings, okra, banana hearts, all these things. So these guys can come in here and eat. They can eat this, they can eat worms, they can eat the grass that's in here. They'll eat that up in no time. So it's win-win. They get to forage and feed, and then we get better soil here. So hopefully next spring we can grow some better crops in here. Okay, so what have I found to be the biggest benefit to having chickens, other than the fact that they poop eggs and they can fertilize your garden? As you can see, they provide a ton of entertainment. You know what? Sometimes I don't get bored too often because I kind of think only boring people get bored. But sometimes and it's not that I run out of things to do so much, because I can always come up with something. I mean, I can always find some weeds that need to be cut or pulled around here somewhere. Something I can build, a book to read. If I'm not, struggling from writer's block, or I can write. And of course, my family. There's just always so much. But there's been times where I've come out here, just nothing particular that I'm going to do or that I've been doing. I'll just come outside and I'll say, well, I'm going to sit here and just watch these chickens for a while. And that short little while, next thing I know, Dearly, my beautiful bride, is yelling at me to come eat, or she's yelling at me to come help tuck Daniel in for the evening. And I have no clue that like an hour just passed. And so I guess my point here is the biggest benefit I've found for me personally to having chickens, and this is something I didn't really expect or plan on, is that it's therapeutic. At times when and I'm not stressed or I'm not depressed, I don't have any issues going on. It's like meditation. I'll come out here and watch these chickens, and there's so much to watch. At first I just, and I've had chickens for many years, and we had chickens in the Philippines, but there's so much more to it. If you've never had them, you think, oh, what do? You watch them scratch the ground and poop and stuff like that. You watch the rooster jump on top of all the hens like every 7 minutes or whatever. You start to learn about how they communicate. They've got these little signals. See, watch what's going on here. So there's Roger, the rooster. He's noticed that a couple of the hens are still over here. He's going over there. Well, he sees me getting closer to this hen. He's confused right now. He was going over there to get those girls and lead them over here, but then he saw me getting over here closer to these. He saw me stand up, and so he wants to make sure I'm not going to harass these girls. But see, these are the kind of things you figure out and learn about your chickens as you watch them. They have certain calls they make. I mean, I know the call they make when they feel danger. It's like a high-pitched, very low-toned cooing sound. They'll do that, and they'll kind of hide somewhere, and I'll see the direction in which they're looking, and I'm like, what's going on? And I'll look and look and look, and then I'll see there's maybe a hawk over here on this dead tree, or over here in these tall trees, and the chickens see it way before I do. So anyway, and then you know what I've noticed too that's amazing? There can be like a little moth flying around, or a fly. These chickens can catch it right out of the air. last year I watched one of my chickens kill a water snake. It was crazy. Like, the chicken was staring at the water snake, and the water snake kept snapping at the chicken, and just at the last second the chicken would move its head back, and after the snake snapped at the chicken like twice, the chicken had timed, it got its timing down, the snake's timing, and it actually caught the snake in mid-strike and shook it once and killed it. I mean, that's maybe not the most humane story to tell. That, not trying to, you know, I know a lot of folks just don't like hearing stories like that, but that was just amazing to watch my chickens do that. So anyway, this might not seem like much of a morning ramble compared to what you're used to, and it's, you might be saying, wow, you must not have had anything to talk about this morning. Well, frankly, I think I did. And, you know, I've shared this before. I have PTSD. I know a lot of folks watching do. There goes Roger. No, he's done. So anyway, I know a lot of folks watching do too, because you've commented in the comment section. And, you know, there's so many ways. Exercise is key to me. Diet, no drugs, no alcohol, no tobacco products, all that stuff. I've got to stay clean. But, and these are just, these are things I do for me and my isms. Different things work for different people. But I never expected that chickens, and the calming effect chickens have, just sitting there watching chickens, could be so hypnotic, meditative, relaxing, and really, I mean, treatment for some isms like PTSD or whatever. And this is my views. You might be disagreeing with me. You might be screaming, "You're crazy," but it's not too late to get help. Will somebody please go drag him to a psychiatrist because he's insane in the membrane? Man, Roger, he just can't get enough. But anyway, guys, if you've been thinking about getting backyard chickens, it's more than they just poop eggs and they can fertilize your garden. I mean, just sitting there, you will be amazed how much time just goes by and you don't even realize it just watching your chickens. Sometimes I got to break myself away from it and go sit out front. And so I'll sit on the front porch and stare at the pond. Then the next thing you know, I'm watching the fish. Oh, well, they say you can never be too rich. You can never be too thin. Frankly, once you've been through a few things in life and you've gotten up there in a few years, and as long as your needs are met and you're taking care of your responsibilities, I personally think you can never be too relaxed either. And chickens, to me, the biggest benefit they provide me is the ability to relax. So I'm going to go, because my beautiful bride and I are going to go for a walk here down one of these beautiful country roads here in the beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia. So we're going to eat a really quick breakfast and then go out and do some walking. Maybe we'll take this here gadget with us and take you with us and show you some of the beautiful vistas and views we're getting ready to see. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, there's really no deep wisdom here. Like, sometimes people say they get a lot of deep wisdom out of my videos. I think it's kind of deep knowing that you can go out and spend $8 on a feathered friend like this, get a couple of them so they're not lonely, and they can poop out, you know, maybe 2 eggs a day for you. Just sit back and relax and enjoy it. I highly recommend it. If you've been thinking about it, go out and do it. So thanks for being with us here at Homesteading Off the Grid, and we'll see you for more next time.